Yo, collect and connect. Blake and Chad.
Chad.
And Blake.
Collect
and connect.
Blake and Chad's collect and connect.
Which one?
Frank goes to Blake and Chad's. This is Blake and Chad's. This is collect and connect.
When did you get started drawing, just for yourself in general?
Well, I liked drawing since I can remember. Since very early, I was very interested in doing my own illustrations. Actually, I learned how to read and write drawing. We had some kids comic books here, and I loved reading and trying to draw the characters. And that's how I started learning to read and write. So it's been in my blood since I can remember. If you're talking about comics specifically, very early on too. As I said, I loved reading and writing and trying to draw the characters that I loved. And as I grew up, I started, focusing my attention not only on drawing, but doing the storytelling too.
Wow.
So,
yeah, when I was a kid, that's what I went to. I used to go to the comic book store. I used to have a comic book store right across the street from my house, literally. And I just get my books and go home and draw those. Like, that's all I did when I love drawing myself. So when I was a kid, that's what I did, was drawing and getting those books and just drawing Wolverine or something. When you were a kid, what was your favorite to draw? I mean, you said that was your...
I had some phases, actually. As I said, we have a huge comic here, which is called Turma da Mônica. It's kind of Monica's Bunch. It's from a great comic book artist and creator here called Mauricio de Souza. I don't know if you guys know, I'm from Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I loved, these are very, childish characters, and I always loved drawing those when I was younger. But as I grew up, I started getting my hands on stuff like Conan, and there were some horror stories here that I loved. And every time I saw a character that I liked, I immediately tried to learn how to draw him. And also, we started having some great anime shows here, some animated series like He-Man and Thundercats and stuff like that. And every time I saw something that I got interested, I started trying to draw it. So, but as I said, on comic books, then when I started reading Conan, I couldn't get enough of drawing him. Also Wolverine, I loved drawing Wolverine. The Batman, man, I loved. I remember when I was reading Neil Adams' Batman. I mean, wow, that was amazing. And I couldn't get enough of the Batman. And then I got to a phase when I started reading Will Eisner. So I shift a little bit from drawing only superheroes to drawing those, noir and chiaroscuro stuff, more of mystery and creating some characters.
That's like a fantasy style, right?
Yeah. And so
that's nice. So you pretty much got the whole range of everything. How you went from fantasy to DC to your kid stuff. Yeah, so nice. So now I saw some of your work on your website. It's really detailed. I can't get that detailed, but man, that's thumbs up, man. And you also dabble into some NFTs too, right? Are you shifting into NFTs now as an artist and doing some of that for yourself?
I'm actually trying to explore new possibilities. I'm doing a lot of stuff digitally nowadays, and when we draw physical art, we always have the original art to sell. So when we start working digitally, you don't have that physical art that you can sell for collectors and fans, and then the NFT gave that option in a way, but it didn't give us the chance in another way. I will explain what I mean. It's nice that I have a lot of times when I'm warming up, or sometimes I'm just tired of drawing page after page after page, and I want to do something different. So I want to do something digitally, so I can create an art and sell it as an NFT. But for example, because Marvel and DC, they don't allow any artist to sell anything. Not an original page that we did for them. We cannot do an original piece with one of their characters, so they are not allowing it. So that part is a bum, but it's a very interesting world. Some interesting possibilities. The NFT opened a new door that we didn't have before.
So how many books have you drawn in as far as like DC and Marvel now that you've got to that level?
Oh man,
I've seen you got about
I can't
70 or 80 or 90 or 100.
I can't be honest, I have no idea, man. I have been drawing comics professionally for the American market for 20 years now. So I have no idea how many books I have drawn over during this time. I can't say that it was a lot of books, but I'm not sure how many, because it's too many. I can't even remember how many characters I've drawn.
Man,
I have drawn almost everything.
Good,
I think
that's good. You nailed it. So,
That's
out of the characters you can remember, I'm sure you had your phases as well with your characters. Which character did you like the most, probably drawing in the time frames that you did, maybe with the IPs maybe you did it with?
Well, with the two big companies, I mean DC and Marvel. For Marvel, I loved drawing Wolverine. I
did that when you were a kid, so now you're able to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see how Spider-Man was nice to draw. Wolverine, I did the X-Men, was very cool too. For DC, I think Batman was great to draw. Superman, I drew. I'm actually drawing Action Comics, a few. I mean, I'm splitting issues, and Superman was very nice. Yeah, very nice to draw. Batman was, I think it's my favorite character at the DC world. But I mean, every project has a different taste. And we are talking only DC and Marvel, but I did stuff for other publishers too. I got to draw Conan, so
legendary.
man, that's yeah. So many nice things to draw, and yeah.
I saw some.
I think that yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that the three favorite are for now are Conan, Batman, and Wolverine.
All right,
three good characters.
Huh? What?
Three good characters, definitely. Those are all three solid ones.
Yeah, I like drawing more humane characters better. Guys that can be hurt and are very emotionally driven. I love drawing those characters because we can put a lot of emotion on the characters. That's nice.
Drawing that hand guy. What was I saw something on your hand when you came in. Was that something for drawing?
Yeah. It's a regular glove that I put on my hand, just so it doesn't smudge.
Oh, okay. Like
when I'm drawing, I don't smudge the page.
Yeah, because you get like sweat and stuff, and you don't want to. Nice.
Yeah. And when we run the hand on the drawing, I will mess it up. So
I've seen different styles where they use like a piece of paper and they'll use the paper and that style as well. But I saw you come in with that. I was like, oh, you must use that to draw. So that's pretty cool. So you probably were drawing right before you came on, huh?
Yeah, man. I'll keep drawing after we finish up here.
You got anything there you can sneak peek us there, or you got any?
Sorry?
You got any drawings you can sneak peek us up there?
Let me see here. Yeah, I can show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm actually working digitally on a page. So this is not finished yet, but it's an action comics
Nice.
page that I'm digitally inking. Not ready yet, but I got one here that is finished. Let me see. Oh, so this one I just did today.
Wow.
Let's see.
That's so
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I can see
amazing.
it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's amazing.
I
Very
take it in
nice.
black and white.
Yeah,
I take it
definitely.
in the black and white version right there. That's fine with me. But that's cool now. So now you're drawing for action. Like you said, you're drawing for Action Comics.
Do you have
That's
do you have a specific artist or a favorite artist that you like to follow or collect, or like?
Well, I have my main core reference
Okay.
that I grew up studying and admiring, and there are several guys that they appear and that I sometimes the guy is on the market for a long time and I haven't ever seen something from him, and then I see something different and I say, oh, this guy is good. So I start looking into the visuals that he does. Sometimes I can learn something from it. So I'm always checking out new stuff. But the main guys that I grew up, following and learning from is Will Eisner, Frank Frazetta, Joe Kubert, John Romita Sr., Jack Kirby. Man, there's so many guys. Mark Schultz. I learned a lot of brush strokes from Mark Schultz. Neil Adams, man, it was great. Man, there's so many guys that I learned something. Barry Smith, Barry
That's what
Smith
you do. You
was
take a
great.
little bit of everything from somebody and you create your own.
Yeah.
Create your own style in.
Every artist, every artist has something different that you can learn from. But these guys are, some of the main guys that I grew up reading, and I think in a way they left a mark on my own style.
Oh, nice.
I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
John Buscema. Man, there's so many guys. John Buscema was amazing. I remember when I read Conan that he drew with Alfredo Alcala. Oh my God! I said, I can't believe this guy could do this. Like on a regular page. Those guys were amazing. So I learned a lot from textures and anatomy and panel dynamics from these guys. They are so great. Boy, there's so many guys, and I every time we are talking about these guys, and I start remembering, some specific pages. I say, wow,
Oh,
I wish I could do that.
nice. That's amazing. Especially if you're learning like brush strokes and sentimental things like that, where you're like, this is where you're taking this in, and you grew up watching or drawing these characters with these people, and you're like, man, I can't believe I can. And yeah, that's surreal, I'm sure, and humbling in many ways as well too. So yeah. So for the future now, where are your goals going for your future, like as far as drawing and maybe digitally and NFTs possibly? Like, do you have goals for yourself?
Well, I am always looking for new possibilities. Um, Obviously, I will never stop drawing as long as I'm able to. I want to keep working and drawing. I'm enjoying creating some of my own stuff now. I had the chance to do on the last few years, last couple of years, actually. I have worked on some creator-owned projects. I did for Awa. I did alongside Jason Starr. We did Red Border that came out, I think, a couple of years ago. And also through Awa, I did Out with Robbie Williams that is just came out on the US, also a mini series, and through Darkhorse, it's coming out now. A story that I co-wrote and I drew the story, which is called The Collector, Unit 731, and it's coming out through Darkhorse now.
Nice.
So I'm liking, I am enjoying, doing my own stuff. And one of the things that I have been trying to do is also write my own stories. Not only draw, but also write. Because when we are drawing, it's nice that we have the chance to work with, great writers and contribute. Sometimes I'm working with a writer, and I have a lot of freedom, to change a little bit from the storytelling and stuff. But I want to tell my own stories too. So I think that's naturally the next step. Keep doing my own stuff too, alongside the projects that I already do with DC and Marvel and Darkhorse and all the other publishers. And let's see.
So you created and did the storylines for the much, right? And
yep.
So yeah, that's a whole evolution and a whole new chapter in your book now, huh? So
outside of drawing, I like to work out a little bit. I like to travel. Actually, I'll be in Florida in July. Yeah, I'll be at the SuperCon.
Oh,
SuperCon in Miami. I'll be there.
I'll be there then. I'm 5 minutes away from Miami. I'm Fort Lauderdale. So
I already have a table there.
All right, I'll come meet you.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah,
I'll come meet you. I'll get some of your physicals and we'll chat, and maybe we'll do a little live show there with Chad in Canada.
Cool. That's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will be there.
I love doing those comic shows. We have the chance to talk to a lot of people, other artists, editors, so it's always fun. And sometimes when I'm very stressed out and I can't, I got a block and I can't go anywhere at the art table, so sometimes I take the guitar and play a little bit. So stuff like that,
that's cool.
Just to refresh the mind sometimes.
What are your Instagram and Facebook and Twitter pages? This way we can link those in when we edit this in for you, if you like.
My Instagram is basically what I have been working with nowadays.
Okay.
But people have to be aware because there are a couple of fake Instagram.
We know about those fake
profile. Yeah. So my Instagram,
real Will Conrad. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's not real. My Instagram is Will Conrad Art.
Okay.
Will Conrad Art. So if you type Will Conrad Art on Instagram, you will find me. Okay. I also have a Facebook page that is linked to my Instagram, which was also Will Conrad Art. And I have a Twitter which is only Will Conrad. So
I found a couple other websites where we could find a couple things. The artistchoice.com/Will Conrad, and then makerschoice.com.
Yeah. The Artist Choice is the website from my art dealer.
Okay.
So if you want to buy some original art from from me, you just go to the Artist Choice.
Well, too bad for me now. I'll be getting some stuff. I'm a physical collector, so I'll be getting some physicals for sure, some digital or some art from you. And then the makersplace.com. That was another one I found, but